Oddity fine! I got some economy cocks, a gin and tonic on the rocks, where angels fear to tread. I say, choose your booze, let's hit the red eye! Think of young Diana Durbin and how she sung on rum and bourbon, or enhance your luncheon hour with a planter's punch and a whiskey sour. If you feel like a wreck, try a horse's neck or a sherry with a cherry in the new finer size. If you don't name your poison, I'll have to get the boys in. The spirit of adventure opens one's eyes.
Mental Gen?
We prepared.
We got two left.
Well, one and an epilogue.
Anyway.
We're not wasting any more time. No pre-story discussion. Let's do this.
Yep. Anyway, Rainbow Dash shot forth down what could have been what she could identify as Ponyville. It was a relatively easy bit of navigation. So easy, in fact, she nearly overshot it twice. She decided to circle above the town and look close for anything blue. That was easy. She didn't see quite so many towns.
Jeez.
She muttered,
It's like trying to find a blue thingy in a big yellow and green thingy.
She decided to circle, managing to stay above the roofs of the buildings. Frankly, she could survive it, but she didn't quite like the idea of spending any more time than she had to unconscious or running into things.
Hi, Rainbow Dash!
Greeted a cheerful voice from above.
Again, I must send my apologies to Bald Dumbo Rat.
Because you're not Bald Dumbo Rat, and you never will be.
I know.
Rainbow Dash looked up, saw the smiling face of Ditzy goddamn Dew flying above her.
Ditzy, what are you doing here? Well, I've gone from cameo to fan service,
she said.
By the way, how do you like my voice?
Rainbow Dash stared at her partner in weather management.
It's the same as always. Exactly.
Ditzy said with a little smirk.
Anyway, what are you looking for? The doctor's blue box thing.
Rainbow Dash replied with a groan.
I can't find it anywhere. Ooh, that's all? It's right down there.
Ditzy said, pointing to a blue box standing near her corner. She blinked a few times.
How'd I... Oh, never mind.
She dove down, landing right outside the box. She pressed a hoof on the doors and pulled on them. She grimaced.
Come on! Open, you stupid thing!
Ditzy landed next to her.
Try pushing on the doors. But it says pull!
Dash insisted.
He is a bit contrary in that way.
Ditzy said. Dash pushed the door's little blue box open and stared. She entered it, then stepped back out again. She trotted around the entire box, eyeing it from all angles before re-entering it.
It's bigger on the inside.
Dash asked in disbelief.
You could just blame that on your concussion.
Ditzy suggested.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with that.
She said. She went inside the blue box. Ditzy shouted after her.
What are you doing in there anyway? I'm supposed to press a button. A button that's labeled Do Not Press.
Dash called back.
Check on the console with the big green lever.
Ditzy shouted back.
What, this one?
Dash asked. The blue box then lifted off and flew through the sky, spinning like a drunken top made of paper that had been caught by the wind.
Ah!
Dash shrieked.
Yes, that one!
Ditzy said cheerfully, waving her hoof after the wildly flying tortoise.
Bye, Ditzy.
Goodbye. Meanwhile, at the big ass motherfucking battle in the big ass motherfucking alabaster golden tower, silver spackled, alabaster covered granite tiled castle on the motherfucking ridge.
Wait.
Tell
Try, Twilight Sparkle! Why do thou not respond? Because you're freaky right now, Luna.
Because of the reason.
Yeah.
Boomed Luna, as everyone non-divine, and as every non-divine entity clustered together in front of the vault.
Respond, my beloved subject! Tell me your preference! Doom is here at last!
Moaned Braeburn.
The end of days is near! She's come for our fluids!
Twilight swallowed. Her eyes the size of dinner plates. Mip. She stared at the goddess before them, heat literally raining off of Luna in waves.
Damn!
Damn, lady. Damn! Twilight swallowed again, wiped a string of drool from her chin, and smiled disarmingly as she was able. Which, even considering the circumstances, wasn't very disarming at all.
My preferences, Your Highness?
Twilight greatly surprised herself by not stammering like an idiot.
Why, whatever do you mean? Wouldst thou prefer to go first, or shall we get it over with in one big go?
Luna rumbled. It sounded like she was trying to purr seductively, but the effect was somewhat ruined by the rattle in every pony's bones.
But shouldn't you just be in heat for boy ponies?
Pinky sweet.
We have been around a long time! Pinkamina die and pie!
Boom, Luna.
At this point, either sex will do!
Thunder and lightning crashed and flashed above them all.
We are not picky! Oh my.
Flutter whispered Fluttershy dreamily.
She's so forceful. We're going to die.
We're all gonna die.
Game over, man! Game over!
Whimpered Spike.
So going to die. I knew it from the start.
Your Highness, perhaps we could talk this out. Doctor offered in a reasonable voice. I mean, we're so close to a solution now that wouldn't involve you.
What, resolve all deaths?
Yes, that.
It's like,
You take it. I'm feeling alright.
do not fear my little ponies!
My little ponies.
My little ponies.
Roared Luna in what was probably thought was a shouting tone.
It was a soothing tone.
Soothing tone.
Though you may be taxed to your physical limits, we shall allow no harm to come to you!
Sorry, there was something stuck in my wrong throat, dumbass. The princess allowed herself a lecherous grin and hungrily licked her chops.
If we killed you with the vigor of our lovemaking, we could not do it again and again and
again
again and again and again and again and again!
Fluttershy let out a strangled moan. Applejack gave her a very disturbed look, then turned to Braeburn, who was trying to hide underneath his hat and muttering about his fluids. Applejack sighed and face huffed. Big Macintosh was pretty much out of fear for the day, so he settled and looking resigned. Twilight was still staring at Luna, mouth agape. Suddenly she turned to glance at the vault behind her, eyes somehow managing to go even wider. A smile slowly spread across her face as she back and forth open between the door and the panting, red-faced Alicorn. You got that look in your eyes, Doctor muttered.
I do? Which look?
Riley whispered back. The I'm about to be brilliant look, Doctor answered.
Now see here!
Said Rarity, stepping forward and glancing at the Princess of the Night.
Glaring.
Glaring, glancing. Big deal.
Very different things.
Big deal. Get on with it!
Get on with it!
Yes, get on with it!
This is
Your move!
You can't simply show up and tell us all that we're going to engage in sexual intercourse with you as if we hadn't had any other choice in the matter. That's so rude! You should feel honored! You have rotted with a goddess and lived to tell the tale!
Boom, Luna.
Wait! You gonna stay with Pipsqueak and not be isolated?
Ask Braeburn.
Alas, Pipsqueak will have to play pirates with another!
Luna declared.
Elsewhere?
Elsewheres. Pipsqueak frowned as he poked at the unconscious orange Pegasus, who Luna had quickly teleported into her and her husband for leaving. Why the two were without armor was a mystery to the uncold, a mystery the nice husband had not suggested an answer to.
Spitfire and Stormcrow?
Yep.
Okay.
This isn't much fun when she's asleep.
He pouted.
I thought you were supposed to do a British accent with him. Well.
This isn't much fun when she's asleep. Righto. Wait. This isn't much fun when she's asleep.
He pouted.
Tell me about it.
Stormcrow sighed, brushing his wife's hair out of her eyes as she hummed and smiled in her sleep. Meanwhile, elsewhere,
See. Now quickly!
Oh my. Lord Runa, she landed, enormous cracks forming in the tiles beneath her hooves as she turned to present herself to the elements and their companions.
We have waited for so long! Quench thy fires of our need with your appendage of choice!
Big Mago's eyes widened as Luna's magic tugged invitingly on his collar. The big stallion squared his shoulders and stepped forward, bravely looking possible death and certain exhaustion not quite in the face. Raising his hooves and squaring his jaw in determination, he took in all that Luna had to offer, and said,
Yup! Oh, come on!
Let us try screaming in frustration. Wait.
Sorry, mental gen people might be outside my door again.
Yep. Right.
Anyway,
Moving right along. Let us try screaming in frustration.
let me guess. Too perilous?
Spike asked flatly. Big Mac shot him a look.
Go disagree thought assessment?
He asked. Spike looked at Luna, terrible and glorious, and back to Big Mac.
No.
Spike squeaked.
No! Don't do it!
Fluttershy begged, wrapping her forehooves around Mac's neck, and looking pleadingly into his eyes.
I mean, I threw a girl out a window to have you. Are you going to make all that for nothing? All do appreciate that,
said Big Mac, bowing his head.
It was mighty neighborly of you, and honestly a bit of a turn on. But this is... but this here's the goddess of the night, and she's gonna have some ought to have some sugar.
Oh, honey, honey, you are my candy girl. And you're all... never mind, I can't remember the rest of it.
And here y'all are, most y'all not even really into mass. Spark's too young, my cousin's scared out of his apple-plucking mind, and Miss Twilight, my sister, would probably kill their gentle colts if either of them so much as looked at her for too long.
So the doctor carefully cleared their throats and made a show of looking anywhere except at Luna's wantonly displayed backside. Abjack huffed. Twilight seemed to be too busy doing something to the vault.
You know, there is logic in what Big Mac said.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, if not me, then who?
Ladies. Big Macintosh finished, using one oversized hoof to brush a tear off Fluttershy's cheek.
I can't say don't scare me none, but a stallion's gotta do what a stallion's gotta do. And for the sake of y'all, I gotta do her. That only makes me want you more. Just people talking outside.
Fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Fucking hypocritical big Macintosh.
Well, when confronted with a goddess, you don't really have a choice, do you?
Are you a god?
No.
Then die!
It's like,
Ray,
it's like
when someone asks you if you are a god, you say
yes! Okay, oh yes. That only makes me want you more!
ladies, wailed Fluttershy.
Don't worry, Big Mac. I'll save you!
Whirling, the Buttercup colored Pegasus planted her hooves and unleashed the full power of the stare.
Art thou going to rot us or not?
Grumbled Luna. Turning a darker shade of red, Fluttershy floated up in the air and flew over to the land in front of Luna. Now, at an angle where she could actually see the other mare's eyes, she spread her wings and brought forth the stare. Again. Luna's eyes widened as she beheld the full fury of Fluttershy's power.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Frowning a little and wiggling her hips, as if she were about to pounce, Luna inched forward, glaring right back. Fluttershy reared slightly in surprise, then redoubled her efforts, beat a sweat running down the side of her face, as she faced Luna with every ounce of willpower she possessed.
If thou wished, we can make you our second partner after we have finished with him.
Said Luna, in what would have been a conspirational speech, conspirational whisper, were she in fact capable of whispering at all. Fluttershy's eyes, against all logic and good sense, actually opened up a little wider at the thought.
Okay.
Fluttershy finally managed, biting her lip in anticipation.
She's all yours, Mac.
Wait, I said that wrong. Biting her lip in anticipation.
She's
But
all yours.
maybe the rain
is not really to blame,
so I'll remove the cause.
But not the symptom! She's all yours, Mac. Did Luna just reverse the power of the stare
Really?
on Fluttershy?
Look, the stare doesn't work on Discord. You really think it'd work on her?
Touché.
Exactly.
Anyway. Yes!
Screamed Luna, shaking the very foundations of Canterlot Castle.
At last! Straddle our dark, shapely flanks and proclaim that we are a naughty pony!
Wait. Shook the foundations of Canterlot. Sorry, Metal Gen. Reference time once more. In place of a dark lord, you shall have a queen, not dark, but terrible, and beautiful at the dawn, treacherous as the sea, stronger than the foundations of the earth. All shall love me and despair.
For the new Lunar Republic!
Viva!
Alright.
Praying heroically, Big Mac reared upwards, prepared to give Luna exactly what she had wanted, a good hard dicking. Then, the remains of a long strip of carpeting that led a vault tore itself from the door and wrapped around the stallion like an affectionate python. Mac let out a bark of surprise and began struggling as the carpet dragged him back over the vault door. Rarity frowned as the wriggling bundle had passed, her horn glowing with the efforts to keep the big male restrained.
Really, darling?
She growled.
You fought me tooth and hoof, and all she has to do is bend over and say, "Come and get it." I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
No? It's a weird day when the whore is the one that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Well, she turned back to Luna, only to find the alicorn less than an inch in front of her muzzle, glaring balefully at the fashionista with brightly glowing eyes. Rarity let out a shrill cry and fell back on a rump in surprise.
You dare!
Boom, Luna.
We burn with desire for a mate! You pull that relief from our very grasp! You would cock-block the goddess of the night sky!
For I am Cock-Blocky
Beyond the magnificent! Instead, you watch this! Just keep reading.
Unicorn narrator eyes.
Rarity blocks whatever cock she
And
wants!
sucks him, too.
Oh yeah.
She growled. Luna stared back at her for another moment, and her face once again twisted into a perverse leer. Rarity's resolve quickly cracked and broke beneath the pressure of that horrible smile. But when she turned to flee, she found that she was floating in midair. Luna's horn flashed brightly as it brought the struggling unicorn closer.
Then you shall take his place!
Luna declared.
Prepare thy body!
Prepared.
Prepared. You okay?
Okay, I'll do that later.
Another reference?
Luna loomed over Rarity, her eyes glowing ominously. Rarity gulped and trembled.
I can't say I'm entirely adverse to this.
Spike's eyes widened and narrowed, his fist clenched deeply and his tail straightened out.
That's it!
Stand back, ladies and gentlemen. Big Shot over here's got this.
Yeah.
Stand back, everyone. No. He's got it. He's got it. Little shit's got it. No. Let's see where this goes. Yeah. He ran out from his spot next to Twilight and the Doctor, putting himself in front of Rarity. Purple-maned beauty gasped.
No, Spike! Get out of the way!
Rarity shouted. Don't be a hero, Doctor cried.
Please, spare him! He's too young!
Twilight shouted.
This isn't that kind of story!
Little Piggy Pie.
Okay. What's wrong with you? Oh. Sorry, Mentalgen. He's having a drink of water.
Read.
Okay. Dude, it's the Royal Canterlot.
I'm doing something. Got it? I'm busy.
Fine. We have not had a dragon before.
What?
But it may prove to be interesting. Sickies, all of you. Never.
Luna began, was interrupted by Spike's tiny fist ramming into her chin, and nothing else.
Ah! Spike just punched Luna in the face.
Fail. He glared fiercely at Luna, smoke dripping from his nostrils, as his green eyes glowed.
Listen here, lady! I've had to put up with my mother / big sister / boss figure acting horny and weird all day, my crush having to relieve her heat with another male, and every pony acting crazy!
He shook his fist in Luna's shocked face.
I'm not putting up with it anymore! So just take a hike already!
Stand back, everyone! Big man's got it! Chamber was silent. Every pony stared in some measure of disbelief, save for the Doctor, who looked impressed. Rarity, who looked ready to jump Spike right now. Luna was silent for several moments.
Yeah, we probably should wait until those people leave. You know, Mental Gen,
Fuck it.
Sometimes I think a small audience gathers outside our door.
Yeah, right.
Because it seems like almost every time we do this, we hear people talking. Yeah, well. Okay.
Wait.
Fuck it.
Fuck it. Luna was silent for several moments. While she smiled. Saucily.
Thou hast spirit.
She smirked.
It will make breaking thee into mine pet more enjoyable. You will be the first. I, Hoof.
Oh my god!
What? okay? Mental Jin, I believe Daedaltheus needs some water. Are you okay?
Metal Jet, I know what this is referencing. And I will do the entire speech.
Go ahead.
And just me alone. I need to get a little closer to the microphone. I have existed since the morning of the world, and I shall exist until the last star falls from the night. Although I have taken the form of Caius Caligula, I am all men as I am no men, and therefore I am a god. That's from the Cinema Snob's review of Caligula. There's a bit where Malcolm McDowell pats Longinus on the shoulder and laughs kind of funnily, and then the Cinema Snob chimes in, "You'll be the first that I fist." Anyway, I want you all to think about that image.
Oh my god.
Yes. And here's another reference for you to the great, powerful Cinema Snob. She looks mighty comfortable sitting there in your dreams. Anyway, let's continue.
Oh snap.
Spike groaned.
Say, that's why it was too perilous.
Big Macintosh said before he was getting back to gnawing his way out of the carpeting.
Did anyone else hear that?
Pinkie Pie asked.
Again? The sound of our approaching doom? Oh yeah.
Luna took hold of Spike and lifted him up. His eyes widened as hers were clouded in lust. Oh my!
No, the other thing.
She said, tapping her chin with a hoof.
Kind of a loud, wheezy, groaning sound. And a whistle.
Dun 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 dun
Dun dun dun dun dun dun dun dun dun.
The doctor grinned. Spike, quick, take this! The doctor yelled, throwing something to Spike. It's locking onto it!
What's looking on the what?
Spike demanded. He held up the object, the sonic screwdriver. He looked at the confused face of Princess Luna and quickly acted.
Catch! No, wait, that was my line. Catch!
He shouted, tossing it to her. She's surprised. The princess got the device in her mouth. The dome above was smashed as the tiny blue house flew through it, spinning like a top. It came down on top of Luna's head, slamming her chin right into the marble floor of the door of the chamber.
She just got hit in the head with a police box.
She got a house dropped on her, just like the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh my god!
Spike fell hard on the floor.
To that, I must take a drink.
Of water, non-alcoholic water. Spike fell hard on the floor, yelping as he landed square on his tail.
Ow! Ow! My tail!
Tipped
Ow!
over and fell on its side. The doors opened and a very dizzy-looking Rainbow Dash tumbled out.
I found the thing!
She looked apologetic.
I might have thrown up somewhere.
Great work, Rainbow Dash, Doctor cheerfully said. And the ponies say you weren't the smart one.
Who says? One of you guys?
Dash asked angrily, shaking her hoof at the point somewhere over the doctor's right shoulder.
Oh, poor Dashy.
Pinkie Pie said, hugging her best friend.
Are you still concussed in a way that's funny, or do you have internal bleeding? How am I supposed to know?
Dash groaned.
Tell me, am I still sexy? Yes?
Pinkie Pie said cheerfully.
I can live.
She said.
Yes!
Squealed Twilight as she literally hopped over to the TARDIS.
Yes, 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 yes! Twilight!
Asked Applejack.
Are y'all okay? Yes!
Yelled Twilight.
And pretty soon, we're all gonna be okay!
Woohoo! Purple Unicorn paused briefly to nudge Luna's horn. The Alicorn twitched once more, and went back to being out cold. Violet clapped her hooves together, Glee and levitated Luna in the air, pulling the princess along behind her as she pranced over the vault door. I must admit, said the doctor as Twilight reached her destination. When I said you looked like you were about to be brilliant, I was expecting something a bit more overly complicated. What are we going to do with an unconscious pony goddess? Twilight shot him a smug look and levitated Luna's body to the vault lock. With a sparkle of her magic, she slipped Luna's horn into the lock, then rotated her about 180 degrees. The lock clicked, and the blinding white light shone outwards, and the enormous doors began to drift ponderously open. Screamed Pinkie Pie, bouncing up and down with glee.
Now the next time I ride Braeburn like I can race horse, it'll just be because he's sexy, not because I'm suffering from magic hormones. Woohoo!
Yelled Braeburn.
Oh, thank all that's apple flavored,
sighed Big Mac, no longer struggling. Fluttershy squeaked softly and nuzzled him.
Dibs on the case,
said Rarity before going back to hugging a blissed out Spike. Well, looks like we're not going to need Plan B after all, said Soarin, rubbing the back of his head. I guess I'm happy for you.
Y'all want to come back to the farm after this is all over?
Asked Applejack.
We can share a big ol' apple pie, or, you know, whatever.
You know what I mean? Huh? Yeah. Yes.
Well, come on, every pony. Let's get situated.
Twilight said, wolfing out the various elements. She looked at the doctor with a smile.
Can you get every pony else out of here?
Doctor blinked. Twilight looked to his side.
Well, I need to concentrate on getting the activation of the elements just right. And it'll be easier if we're not distracted.
Say no more, the doctor said quickly. He trotted over the TARDIS and grunted as he pushed hard against it. Come on, old girl. Up you go.
Yup,
Big Mac said. He trotted over, pressing his head against the TARDIS. With a single lift of his powerful neck muscles, he was flipped right side up. The doctor grinned. Good now. Let's get Princess Luna inside. She'll recover faster in there.
And then?
Twilight began, but the doctor nodded rapidly. And then we'll leave.
Good.
Twilight said, gathering the other holders to her, all the while, with that same strange smile.
Meanwhile,
to the left in the TARDIS.
I guess we can't really... Is the TARDIS technically on the ranch?
Yes. It's not on the ranch. It's too close. The proximity is the same room.
Well,
even if it occupies its own private little corner of time and space, it's still in the same room with them. So, ranch pun, not here.
Fine. Wow, you know, I kind of expected this to end a lot worse.
Spike mused aloud as the door shut behind all the males. They stood in the hallway, resting on their haunches or just relaxing on the carpet. The doctor looked over at the young purple dragon who was fiddling with the master's laser screwdriver. I expected as much about you, the doctor said with a nod. Spike scowled at him.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Spike growled.
I'll have you know, every pony thinks I'm very positive and upbeat. Isn't that right, guys?
Nope. Big Mac opined.
Nuh-uh.
Braeburn observed. I've just met you and I think you're a stick in the mud, Soarin said with a little grin.
Oh, buck you all!
Spike growled, shaking the laser screwdriver at them. He frowned as he looked it over.
How did Twilight make this thing blow up anyway?
Oh, that's simple. The doctor explained with a smile. He pointed to the burned blackened out part of the device. See, this is the transcendental dimensional radiator. It dumps the waste heat from the laser into a pocket dimension within itself that's bigger.
On the inside. Right.
Spike finished with a sigh.
And heat can't just go nowhere. It has to go somewhere.
Right, thermodynamics. It always applies. You can't get rid of the heat. You can only... Done.
For those of you who are realizing what this means right now, hooray for you.
Good for you. Doctor trailed off, his eyes widened as a terrible thought occurred.
You can only move it.
Spike finished again. He scowled at the doctor.
Are you going to make a habit of that, or...
Eat, Spike, don't you get it?
Doctor cried, grabbing the dragon's shoulders and shaking him.
What?
Barton let go and ran to the door, now blocked the way into the chamber. He held up his sonic screwdriver and whirred at the door. The other males trotted over.
What? What is it?
Braeburn asked.
The heat. The magically induced heat is from magical energy. It has to go somewhere.
The doctor cried as he ran through several settings.
Yeah, we know that.
Spike said with a scowl.
That was the whole point of our quest, remember?
Except you can't vent magical energy. There has to be a medium of exchange like water.
The doctor quickly explained.
Something you can transfer the heat to. So?
Soarin asked. Spike's eyes widened. As the doctor's head, the little dragon grasped the enormity of the problem.
So that means the vent is going to go through ponies.
The dragon gasped.
How many?
Soarin began, before Big Mac and Braeburn, to experience the horror of realization.
All of them.
All the ponies.
All of them.
Big Mac growled. Oh, party.
Oh.
As though cursing, Soarin gulped.
Exactly!
The doctor explained through gritted teeth as he tried another setting.
Damn!
He turned to Big Macintosh.
Big Mac!
Yup.
Big Mac said, understanding perfectly. He galloped back, away from the door, back down the hallway, coming around next to a suit of armor. Closing his eyes to do a bit of math, Big Red Stallion reopened his eyes and snorted.
Sick. Move!
He rumbled as he charged. The rest of the males scattered as Big Mac powered on for the door like a freight train. The last minute, echoing his sister, he pivoted on his front hooves, swung his back hooves around, and kicked with all of his might. The door shuddered, and the surface splintered from the force of the blow, but it held firm. The doctor shook his head.
Soarin! Braeburn! Don't worry, Doc, we're on it. Come on, guys, we need more distance.
Soarin ordered. He took to the air and flew down the hallway, Braeburn and Big Mac following. The doctor turned to Spike.
Spike, we need to weaken it as much as possible.
On it!
Spike declared. He sucked in a deep breath, as deep a breath as possible, and blew a gout of green flame leaving his mouth and blasting against the stone door. The stone was highly resistant, but dragon fire was far more potent than regular fire, and more cracks and splinters appeared in its surface. Soarin, Braeburn, and Big Mac galloped up the hallways until they'd come to the stop at a fork. Soarin looked down at the earth ponies.
All right, get running and start from here. I'll accelerate in.
He did the math in his head.
5 seconds.
6 would be better.
Big Mac said.
Gotta make it all at once.
You sure?
Soarin asked with a raised eyebrow.
Hey, trust your future brother-in-law. He can do math like Rain Pony. Like Rain Pony?
Rain Man!
Oh!
Braeburn said. Soarin scowled.
This really the time for jokes?
You're assuming I was.
Braeburn said with a little grin. Big Macintosh gave the Wonderbolt a steely glare, which Soarin gulped and nodded.
Fair enough. Okay, go!
Big Mac and Braeburn took off, charging around the bend in the hallway. The nightmare moon was right behind them. Soarin began counting down.
6, 5, 4.
Back at the door, the doctor grinned as the sonic began reacting.
Fantastic! I've got the frequency. We just need one hard push.
Phew!
Then Spike seized the flame.
Good. I don't think I can blow it from the. I don't think I can blow it from them from a. Blow it for them. Whatever. Good. I don't think I can blow it for them for much longer.
The dragon then groaned and facepalmed.
I really said that, didn't I?
It's that kind of day.
The doctor said as Big Mac and Braeburn came round the corner.
Move!
Spike and the Doctor drove out of the way as Big Mac and Braeburn charged on above them. A blue blur appeared, zipping right for the doorway. As one, the Apple family members pivoted around to buck the door. In the same instant, the Wonderbolt's front home struck the weakened stone.
And now, the third time!
Crack-a-boom! The door exploded inward, leaving dust and debris in its passing. The Doctor galloped through, Spike and the other males only a few steps behind. They came to a stop before a beautiful, ominous sight. All 6 of the holders, Twilight Sparkle, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, Applejack, and Fluttershy, floated above them, encompassed in an all-powerful magical glow. All of them had their eyes closed on the powerful magics emanated from them like light and heat from stars. Twilight Sparkle! The Doctor cried. Twilight opened her eyes, which were filled with light. She smiled down upon them.
Doctor?
She replied with a purr. You planned from the start, didn't you? Doctor asked, a wry smile on his face nevertheless.
What gave me away?
Twilight asked with a smirk. Your I'm about to be brilliant face was as well as 100 little other tells I missed. The Doctor said. I nodded.
Yes. Rather than an eternal heat for us and every pony we come into contact with.
You'll be a heat affecting every pony in Equestria for about 10 minutes. The Doctor asked.
Exactly!
Twilight grinned.
Works for me!
Same
here!
Pinkie Pie cried.
Don't sound so bad, given the alternatives.
Applejack mused.
Agreed!
Rarity cheered.
I'm just happy I get mounted until I can't think straight.
Fluttershy sighed. Big Mac gulped. The Doctor sighed. Well played, you naughty, naughty girl.
So, now what?
Spike demanded. Only one thing to do, the Doctor mused. Big Mac?
Yep.
Throw Spike in the TARDIS, please, the Doctor said. Big Mac nodded.
Yep. What? But
Spike tried. Big Mac gripped him, back of his neck, threw him right through the doors of the big blue box.
What?
They shut tightly behind him, and Twilight smiled, as did Rarity.
Thank you.
Twilight said as her eyes began to shine in with a radiance of several suns.
That would have been awkward.
Tell me about it, the Doctor said. The elements went off, and a pillar of rainbow-colored energy burst from the dome and spread out all across Equestria. Author's note, unlike the Harry Potter epilogue, the epilogue to this will not disappoint and piss off the entire fanbase. Just some of the fanbase. Stay tuned.
That is the last chapter of Beating the Heat.
Not including the epilogue.
Yeah, there is an epilogue.
Christ!
Woo! We will return with the epilogue.
Soon.
Very soon. Later.
Video break, brothers. Video break.